have to unknow everything you know in order for truth to shine through your expression, for something new to happen, for something fresh to be able to express itself through you. Because you are so full of everything you know, and everything you've learned, and everything you've experienced, and everything that traumatized you as a child, and this entire structure, these heavy structures of beliefs and emotions that are stale, that are just sitting there inside of you, that the thing itself, you are so stiff, everything is not flexible within the invisible structure of your expression, your soul. So this impossible fullness that you are is trying to add something to it. You try to add knowledge, you try to understand something that you don't understand, like what is enlightenment, how do I get self-realized. You are trying to add it to whatever is already there, which is the entire thing that you call yourself, you. And you're trying on top of everything to add this new knowledge that you want to acquire and bring. And the process is very different. You have first to make place for the new, or the thing itself. You have to clear the space in order for it to be able to get in. There's just not enough room for truth in your life. You don't give it the room. You don't allow the thing, the new thing, to rise. Of course, humanity doesn't do that on purpose. It's only the natural thing for a baby to be born, and his mother is teaching him how to say mama and daddy, and this is a cat, and this is a dog, and this is the world, and this is how you have to behave. And this indoctrination of the character to be what it's supposed to be depends on where it was born, the language, the customs, everywhere. So it's very natural for the character to learn and add things to the structure and mold this specific entity, which is the self. But when it comes to realizing the self, the true nature, becoming one with the thing itself, with oneness, when it comes to this point, this entire structure does not allow anything new to be added to it, unless it's something it already knows what it is. Suppose you want to acquire a new friend or a hobby. This is not a problem for the character, the self, to do. It knows the process, how to interact, it knows how it happens, it's familiar, and he will do that. He will add the new thing, the hobby, the person, the political view, or something. He will add it to what is already existing as a structure of full things. But the thing that is the truth, or this new understanding, does not resemble anything the self or the mind knows. So first, it doesn't identify it, it doesn't know that it is there, even though it is already and always in front of us, surrounding us and being us. But the self cannot identify it as different or as something. And so it tries, the self, to add it to the structure in the normal, familiar ways. Books, lectures, and practices, and it tries to edit. And when I say to edit, I mean that when you do that, it is the same if you learn non-dualism or practice it. It is the same as if you will learn to be a barista and how to make coffee or any other thing that is without spiritual value. Why? Because the process is the same. The process of adding knowledge to the structure. Enlightenment and self-realization isn't adding something to something. It's the realization that there is nothing and you are this nothing. So you are not adding anything to anything, because the nothingness expresses the nature of emptiness. This is the state. So compare this state with what you are doing and trying to acquire this state, and realize that the process of learning or growing into this state will not lead you there. When I say will not lead you there, it's because some people have the audacity to claim that they can lead someone to this place. And the audacity is a nice word. I don't have it's viciousness. It's the worst words I can say. If someone offers you to lead you to this place, no, he's not a good person. He cannot lead you there, and everything he asks you or she asks you to do in the process is not pure. The only pure thing is your will to know how you do it. So when people want to lead you to yourself, to enlightenment, they are trying to add knowledge to the structure, and of course you can do that if you enjoy adding things to an already busy and cluttered room. Like it's a room, it's a small room, and it is filled with useless junk. Everything in the room is useless junk. Smelly, useless junk. This is your structure. Not only yours, it's the human craziness that is running the show nowadays. It's madness. It's useless junk that is running the show and calling the shots. These decisions are being made from this point of useless and dead things that became structures in the self. The self is always fresh and new. This moment is the only thing that is. The specific oneness is like the present moment. Of course, the present moment already also doesn't exist, but it's always fresh. It's always happening. It's always flowing. It's always new. Nothing happened before this thing, and nothing will happen after this thing. So when decisions and behaviors are being acted through this useless room full of junk, which you call the self, the outcome is not a healthy outcome, not healthy living. The goals are not from the right place. Everything is contaminated because it's dead. The things in the room are dead and stale and stinky. You don't need them, and yet you want to add to this pile of whatever, you can call it memories, emotions, structures, traumas. To this you want to add and to pour on this a new realization. How? How is it possible? Think in the most basic way. You have a room, you enter the room, it's full of junk, and you want to spray something on it, which is enlightenment, on this junk. No, you have to take out everything from this room. And the air that will remain, the fragrance air, is enlightenment, is the thing. And inside it, the beautiful blossom of flowers and green things and things that are, like hydroponic. They grow from themselves because there is so much beauty and flowness in this room that is the structure of the self. So it's not an added knowledge, and no one can lead you to this added place, because he will only, the people who try to lead you there will only get inside this room, point on the things, and then try to add things that may look like they can be useful, but they are not. You don't need anything. You have to travel lightly. It's like you're going on a trip, and you can take bags, great big bags and suitcases and everything, and tents and everything. And I'm offering, no, you have to leave everything behind, all your equipment, because you cannot make 2 steps with all this equipment, and you have to be very light and flexible. And don't worry, wherever you'll get, you'll have whatever you'll need. You will not miss anything if you trust the way will come to you, and the way will help you, and nothing will be missing. But when you take the entire thing with you, you will make 3 steps and then despair, or you will get very close to the point you started from. You will never see the sea of truth, It's beyond the hills and the mountains. But you have to get there. You have to see that. So the process is not adding, it's elimination. It's a process of subtracting and forgetting the things you know. Of course, you cannot forget as a child your childhood experiences and the things that happened to you and molded you as a person. Of course, there will always be your memories. The only question is, what are those memories to you? Do they dictate your life? Do they make you a stale person, like someone who is very so engrossed in the past that he cannot experience the flexibility of craziness of this moment? This moment is crazy and interesting. And when you talk to someone, sometimes you come to someone and you want to strike a conversation, and you have something you wanted to talk about. And it's a story, and you are very sure that it's a very interesting story, and you want to hear his opinion, and you come to this conversation knowing what you want the conversation to be, and something happens, something different happened in the interaction. And if you are not flexible and open-minded and open-hearted, you will miss it, and you will tell the story that you came to tell, even though it's not suitable, it will not be interesting, and you will miss the funny, very interesting interaction that wanted to happen in this. You will miss the opportunity to live because you had a plan. So this is basically how people live their lives. They come with a plan, or the things they know they want to do, and everything is very organized, and they have it with them. And they miss the moment the thing happened, and you have to react to the thing. And if you are light and just play with the moment, it gets deeper and deeper, and then you realize why the moment has changed, why the opportunity was presented. And always, if you play with the moment, you will gain something. You will gain an information or an understanding, or you will do something good for someone else, or you will learn something new, or you will change a habit. Something exciting will happen if you play with the moment. If you stick with your original plan, even though it's not, you have to force it into the situation, this is the level of communication and growth you will be in. So stay open, open to the moment. You know that everything you are and you have and your emotions, no one can take it away from you. No one is asking you to go to a place to erase your memories and to not be the character you are. Here Simcha is the character she is. She's loud, she's dominant, she has her faults. She didn't give the trademarks of her personality. They are there, the childhood memories are there, the traumas that framed her life are known. It's there. You know that it's like a knowledge about the character. But the present moment that occurs is the time that everything is just unnecessary. Only if it is connected to the moment. If a childhood trauma is connected to the moment, then it's the only time that it has to dictate your behavior. So this is how you stay open, and this is how you allow truth to express through you, because every time you stay open, every time you allow the moment to be fresh, you express the truth, because this is the expression, the game, this synchronized game in the highest level. When you allow the highest level to be expressed, then you express truth and then you let it in. You, in this cluttered room, you take the trauma out and you let the truth in. And this is the game. How much truth will you let inside this amazing structure and allow to shine through you until there is only truth. There is only you.